welcome to another exciting edition of Cammy's Comic Corner, the last episode of the year, or of all time. I'm your host, as always, Cammy. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a pick of the week this week, but a lot of good books did come out, just none that I thought that just went, yeah, pick of the week, hands down! So we're just going to have a fast five instead, if that's okay with you people. First up, from DC Comics, we have Green Lantern Corps number 43. Now in this issue, Kyle Rayner's dead. We're all gonna die. And oh my God, Kyle. Oh, not Kyle. Well, someone's rageful. This person is Guy Gardner. Oh my God, he gets a Red Lantern ring, and now he is just full on, just killing everybody, not caring about right or wrong anymore. He's just spewing hate left and right. Turns out Kyle's not actually dead, but still, Guy's just, he's furious. His best friend just died. Crib and him fight, and he takes Crib's arm off and shoves it down her throat. What the fuck? That's some pretty, that's Guy Gardner you do not want to mess with. But now it's the Green Lantern's mission is to get Guy back and, say, hey, come on back to the green side. Look, Kyle's alive, see? Say hi, Kyle. Hi, Kyle. So that he can maybe take a chill pill, as it were. But it was a great issue. Just seeing Guy as a Red Lantern is just really what sold it for me. Next up from Marvel, we have Thunderbolts number 139. Now, I've always been a fan of the Thunderbolts, and I've also always been a fan of Agents of Atlas, especially in this last year. Jeff Parker, I think, is just doing a fantastic job writing the Agents of Atlas series, and just to have him writing this Thunderbolts issue where it's Thunderbolts versus Agents of Atlas, it was quite the very entertaining team-up, because you have like Gorilla Man versus Ant-Man, or you just have all these wacky little team-ups, and they're actually, like, their powers are, they're actually competition for each other. It was really interesting, the art was great, and then the story at the end, it's going to be interesting to see how the Agents of Atlas bounce back from that. So really good stuff if you're a big fan of Marvel's Agents of Atlas or the Thunderbolts. Get, two birds, one stone this issue. Next up, we have Chimichanga number 1. Now, this is the latest creator-owned series from Eric Powell, and let me just say, it is gorgeous. I've always been a fan of Powell's art, and now he has Lagoon as his major series over at Dark Horse, and now from his own little studio, he has Chimichanga. It's about a little bearded girl from the circus, and she likes chimichangas. Well, one day she finds this, she trades a couple of her chin hairs to this witch for this shiny rock, and the shiny rock actually is an egg, and this huge creature is living inside of it. And the creature likes chimichangas, so she decides, hey, I'll give him a chimichanga. And then the rest is history. It's black and white, but Powell's art on this is just gorgeous. So don't let that whole black and white thing scare you away. It's funny. You got Eric Powell doing circus folk. What's not to love? Next up from Vertigo, we have Fables number 91. Now, the whole thing with Fables in this current situation, debacle, is Mr. Dark has taken over Fabletown. And now you got Frau Totenkinder going off in other worlds, looking on how to trap him. She's training with the best boxers. Meanwhile, back at the farm, Frau's little group of witches have banded together to make sure that Geppetto doesn't claim power and everyone looks to him as leader. He might have trapped Mr. Dark before, but it was kind of a one-time thing, maybe. He doesn't really have as much power as he claims to be having. And so while all this is going on, all these politics aside, we have Buffkin fighting against Baba Yaga down in the old offices in the prisons. And he has his own little army of, misfit toys, it kind of feels like. And Buffkin defeats Baba Yaga. And it just blows everyone's mind. Everyone's like, yes, Buffkin's, all that reading paid off. And the only downside is he loses his wings. But hey, it's a small price to pay for beating probably the most powerful witch in the Fables universe. Well done, little flying monkey. Well done. And finally this week for Marvel, we have The Marvelous Land of Oz number 2. Now, I was a fan of the first series, even though it's just, pretty much verbatim from the Frank L. Baum books. Well, this is the second series of the books, and I've never read these books before, so it was fun to see this story with the gorgeous pencils by Scotty Young. Just fantastic art in this issue. The one thing that really made me enjoy it was the meeting of Pumpkinhead Jack and the King of Oz, Scarecrow. And the Scarecrow's just bored about being king of this kingdom, and then he sees Pumpkinhead Jack, and he's like, "You're an inanimate object, kind of like me. How did you become, alive?" And there's a whole interpretation problem, and Pumpkinhead Jack's like, "No, listen to her," when they get an interpreter. Very fun stuff. The art just was top-notch from Scotty Young. And so, if you're ever interested in this mini-series of The Wizard of Oz, or any of the spin-offs like the Marvelous Land of Oz, pick it up. Do yourself a favor. It's really, really good stuff. Well, comic book fans, that does it this week. If you want more Cammy's Comic Corner goodness, head on over to www.cammyscomic.corner.com. From there, you can subscribe to us on the RSS feed, on iTunes, go read my reviews, book of the months, donate to PayPal if you feel like it, etc. Or follow me on Twitter as well. And if you also like cool things like Twitter, check out my t-shirt sponsor over at deadlinegraphics.net. They specialize in Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse, whatever you like comic book t-shirt wise. There's only one name that I trust when it comes to comic book t-shirts. That's Kelly over at deadlinegraphics.net. And another huge shout out and thanks to my other sponsor, Rising Sun Creations at rsc-online.com. Rising Sun Creations specializes in the best of U.S. comic books, manga, and collectible toys imported straight from Japan, all conveniently located in the Mission Valley area of San Diego, or online at rsc-online.com. Now, like I said before at the top of the show, this is going to be the last of the weekly reviews for the year. However, I have a little Christmas present next episode for you, and then next Sunday, it's going to be a independent comics episode instead, with me reviewing some of the best of the independent comics community. And also, I did this last year, and I'll do it again this year. It's the best of 2009, in my humble opinion, episode, where I'll go through my top 5 artists, writers, series, hardcover, single issue, and much, much more to come. That's probably going to be in maybe 2 parts, because I could barely get by on 1 part last year. So, until then, this has been Cammy's Comic Corner. I've been your host, Cammy. I hope all of you have a jolly, merry Hanukkah Wanzah and a happy new year. I'm going to be getting plastered / shit-faced, so if I don't survive, then I don't know, I'll have Lobster Johnson take over for the rest of the year / decade. Good night, everybody!